Start, sir.
Sir, can I
Yes,
start the
sir. Start the
class?
class, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome back to another live online webinar class. This is for zoology second year students. Dear students, we have started genetics chapter in the last classes and we have completed around 4 classes. Today we are going to start the lecture 5 of the genetics chapter. Welcome, dear students. Let's begin. Let's see, this is the sixth chapter, that is genetics. Okay, and it is a lecture 5. So if you have not seen the previous lectures, I inform you to go through lecture 1, 2, 3, 4, then come to lecture 5, because genetics is so interlinked chapter. So before going to the next class, you have to understand the basic concepts of the genetics. That's why go through the previous class before attending this class. Okay, so this is from your second year zoology textbook, lecture 5 of genetics, 6th chapter. Let us begin the class. What we are going to learn from today's class. See, in the last class, we have discussed about the chromosomal aberrations. That means there are certain changes happen in the healthy chromosomes, and the chromosome number or the chromosome part gets altered. So there will be the change in the structure of the genes of the chromosome and number of the chromosomes. Because of some changes in the chromosomes and all these, due to the mutations, basically due to these mutations, the changes occur in the chromosomes. So due to that, there are several disorders which happen in the body. So in the previous chapter, we have discussed about different disorders, right? And they are all Mendelian disorders. And today in this class, we are going to discuss about the chromosomal disorders due to the changes in the chromosomes and change in the number of the chromosomes. There are certain disorders which are caused to the human beings. Let us know all of them. So basically, we can classify these disorders into 2 types. Chromosomal disorders can be classified into 2 types. One is allosomal disorders, and the second one is autosomal disorders. You must know what is meant by the meaning of this allosomal and autosomal. In the previous class, I have told you that allosomes are the last pair of chromosomes. These allosomes are also called as sex chromosomes, isn't it? So sex chromosomes in the male are XY, and in the female it is XX state, isn't it? So due to the changes in the sex chromosomes, if any disorder occurs, that's called allosomal disorder. Okay, if any disorder occurs in the autosomes, autosomes means apart from the sex chromosomes, whatever the other chromosomes are there, they are all called as autosomes. Autosomes are around 22 pairs in our body. Okay, one pair of sex chromosomes and 22 pairs of autosomes are existing in our body. Okay, if there is a changes in the chromosome in autosomes, then certain disorders occur and they are called as autosomal disorders. Today we are going to cover about the allosomal disorders and autosomal disorders. Why do they occur, and what is the reason behind it, and what are the different symptoms for that particular syndrome. Okay, so allosomal disorder examples, see the screen. There are 2 basic examples given to you. One is Klinefelter's syndrome and Turner's syndrome. These are 2 autosomal disorders. Autosomal disorders are, again, there are several autosomal disorders, and in which we have selected the important one which are given you in the textbook: Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Pachu syndrome, and Cry-du-Chat syndrome, and chronic myelogenous syndrome. Okay, these are the different syndromes that we are going to cover. Syndrome is also one of the syndrome is nothing but a disease, but which is caused due to the genetic disorder in the body. Okay, so it is a kind of a disease caused by disorder. So this is what we're going to learn from today's class. Let's begin one by one. First of all, we must understand what is the basic meaning of chromosomal disorders. The name itself says disorders in the chromosomes makes the chromosomal disorder. Here you can see the definition: changes in one chromosome parts, whole chromosome, or the chromosome sets are known as chromosomal aberrations. Okay, so we have 46 chromosomes in our body. If the chromosome number is increased in the body, suppose it becomes 47, or decreased in the body, it becomes 45, or any part of the chromosome is removed. Okay, so these are all are chromosomal aberrations. So it should not increase and it should not decrease. The chromosome number should be very healthy, that is 46. So if any changes happen in them, then they are called chromosomal aberrations. Each human, see the PPT, each human cell contain 46 chromosomes. Okay, this is called 2n state because there are two sets. Okay, since there are two sets of chromosomes, it's called 2n. Okay, so it is arranged in pairs. See, 23 pairs are there. N means pair, and there are two pairs since it is called 2n state, out of which 22 are autosomes and one pair is of sex chromosomes. Okay, just now I have told you. Chromosomal disorders result from structural changes or numerical changes in the chromosome. That's what I said. Chromosome structure, if we talk about the structure of the chromosome, it is nothing but there are chromatids in the chromosome and centromere. And if you go deep inside the study of chromosome, then there will be the existence of DNA. Okay, so if any changes happen, the DNA or the chromatids or the structure of the chromosome or complete number of the chromosomes, sometimes it happens like that. Instead of 46, there will be 47 chromosomes. Otherwise, one more set is added in some cases. That is, you suppose we have only one pair of chromosome, one more set of chromosome will be added. That's called triploid condition, 3n state. If one more pair is added, if one more set is added, that's called polyploidy condition. That means more than 3 sets of chromosomes if present, that's called polyploidy condition. So in the polyploidy condition, mostly human beings never exist. That means they die in the womb itself. But in some plants, we see the polyploidy condition. That means they have more than 2 sets of the chromosomes. Okay, let's see the types of chromosomal aberrations. That means types of chromosomal dysfunctions. Basically, there are two types: numerical chromosomal aberrations and structural chromosomal aberrations. Numerical means the name itself says that addition or deletion of chromosome along with the healthy chromosomes. Okay, so that's called numerical chromosomal aberration. In this, there are types in this. Trisomy, that means instead of one pair, if any one more chromosome is added to the homologous chromosomes, it's called a trisomy. In the condition of trisomy, we should have only 2 sets of chromosome to one particular, suppose first chromosome set, second chromosome set, third chromosome set, like that there are 23 sets, right? So to one set, 2 homologous chromosomes must be there. If one more is added, that's called a trisomy. Okay, one more chromosome is added. Under the trisomy condition, the state will be 2n plus 1. That means one more chromosome is added. So healthy number of the chromosome is 46. In this trisomy conditions, people will have 47 chromosomes. 47 chromosomes. And monosomy, that means we must have two chromosomes as a set in pairs. Homologous chromosomes are actually two. But if one chromosome is deleted from the set of the chromosomes, it becomes a monosomy of that particular pair. So under the monosomy condition, there will be the existence of only 45 chromosomes. So the healthy number is 46, right? And polyploidy condition, just now I said, if there are more sets than the actual sets, then that's called as polyploidy condition. So in this condition, what happens along with 46 chromosomes, there will be the existence of more one set, that is 46 plus 23 again. That becomes 68 chromosomes. Okay, so that means number of chromosomes is highly increased in the polyploidy condition. Okay, mosaicism is also one of the chromosomal aberration where the number of chromosomes is highly reduced or highly increased. Next, structural chromosomal aberrations. In this we study about the structure of chromosome. Due to this, the structure of chromosome is changed. Okay, what we are talking about now, a single chromosome here. So first one is a deletion. That means some part of the chromosome is completely deleted, and due to the deletion, whichever chromosome, whichever genes are present on that particular part, those genes do not function. So there will be functional disturbances in the human body. Next, duplication. So if there are more if the genes in the chromosomes are duplicated, they become doubled. Okay, that's also one of the problem. Fragile site. Okay, so if breakage of the chromosomes is called fragile condition of the chromosome. Inversions, that means it is the changes in the sequence of the chromosomes. Okay, if the nitrogenous bases are arranged in inversely manner, that's called inversions in the chromosomes. In the next slide, we see the different pictures of it as well. Ring chromosome and translocation, change in the part of the chromosome from one particular place to another particular place is called as translocation. Let's see some of the numerical changes in the chromosomes. So we have already discussed this. Here there is a complete set addition that's called euploidy. In this monoploidy, diploidy is the healthy condition. Okay, and polyploidy is the again problematic condition where instead of having two sets, 3 sets or 4 sets will be there. The next is addition or deletion of chromosome. It's called aneuploidy. Aneuploidy is the most important and we have to study about it. See, it is again two types: deletion, hypoploidy, or addition of chromosome. That's what hyperploidy. Okay. So under the deletion of the chromosomes, there are two types, that is monosomy condition and nullisomy condition. Monosomy means reduction of one chromosome from the genotype. Okay, suppose if there are 46 chromosomes, one chromosome is deleted, so it becomes 45. That's why 2x minus 1 here, the formula is given 2x minus 1 because one chromosome is deleted. The next one is nullisomy. That means if two chromosomes are deleted, that's called nullisomy condition, in which 46 chromosomes becomes 44 because of the loss of two chromosomes. That's called nullisomy. In the nullisomy condition, complete homologous pair will be deleted. Okay. Next, hyperploidy. That means the addition of chromosomes. Just now we have discussed about the deletion. Now, whenever one chromosome is added, that becomes the condition of trisomy, where one chromosome is added, the state will be 2x plus 1. Okay, 2x plus 1. So in this condition, for chromosome number will be 47. And next, tetrasomy. Tetrasomy, the name itself says, 2 chromosomes are added along with the healthy chromosome set. Okay, this is about the genomic mutations under the numerical changes. Now let's discuss about what is aneuploidy. Aneuploidy means the loss or gain of a chromosome is called aneuploidy. This happens due to non-disjunction of chromatids. Okay, you have to remember this particular word called non-disjunction. Okay, so what is this non-disjunction is all about? To know this, we have to study about uh, the cell division. In under the cell division, we must study about the meiotic divisions. Okay, so let's discuss about that. So when chromatids fail to separate during the cell division, so this condition will be formed. Non-disjunction of chromatids means non-separation of the chromatids. Here the chromatids are not properly separated. Okay. This actually results in one gamete having 2 copies of one chromosome and the other having no chromosomes at all. Okay. So in the next slide, we will see the picture regarding this. See the 2 trisomy, the cell has one extra chromosome, that is 2n plus 1. Under the monosomy condition, there will be the cell, there will be one chromosome less in the number of the chromosomes. Let's see what is meant by non-disjunction of the chromosome. The failure of homologous chromosomes to separate properly during the meiosis. Here you can see what should happen and what has happened. That is, what is the basic problem, which is non-disjunction. In the proper way, the 2 chromosomes have to be separated properly and they become separated like this in the gametes. So each gamete will get one chromosome number and which is so healthy. Okay, and under the non-disjunction condition, let's see what is happening in this non-disjunction. One chromosomes in the meiosis 1, it is separated properly. In the meiosis 2, you can see the 2 chromatids came into one gamete. Okay, here this is the basic problem which is occurring. Okay, here you can see the basic problem is the 2 chromatids are not separated properly. So that's why the 2 chromatids came into one gamete, whereas another gamete has got nothing. Okay. This is the main problem of the non-disjunction, main problem of the aneuploidy condition. Hope you are understanding this. Let's see another detailed drawing. Here you can see the pair of chromosomes, and now under the normal condition they divide into 2, and to the gametes, each gamete will get one homologous chromosome. Okay, under the failure non-disjunction condition, you can see here the gamete has got 2 chromosomes. Okay, a pair of chromosome, and another gamete has got nothing. Okay, so here you can see the one gamete has become 2n plus 1. Right, here we have, there is a loss of one chromosome, there is a one gain of one extra chromosome. So the loss of chromosome or the gain of chromosome both lead to the abnormal condition, and it can trigger the disorders in the body. You can see here the pair of homologous chromosomes came into one particular gamete, one particular cell, other than separating properly. Here you can see there is only one single chromosome here and there are 3 chromosomes here. So there is a huge difference in this. So there is a one chromosome less in this gamete and one chromosome more in the other gamete. Whichever the zygotes they make, zygotes will also have one chromosome less than the normal condition. Okay, let's see different chromosomal disorders. There are allosomal disorders like Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome. Then there will be the autosomal disorders like Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Hatch syndrome, Cry-do-chat syndrome, and chronic myelogenous syndrome. Let us discuss about each of the disorders in further. Okay. Let's see autosomal disorders in the first place. Klinefelter's syndrome is one of the autosomal disorder. Let's see in this disorder what happens. The defect, first of all, what is the defect? Defect is occurred in the sex chromosomes. Okay. So there is one pair of sex chromosome in the body, that is in the male it is XY and in the female it is XX. But under the Klinefelter's syndrome, a person will have XXY. That means one chromosome is added extra. That is X chromosome. Here you can see healthy male condition is XY, but in the Klinefelter's syndrome, there is XXY. There are two X's. Right? The number of chromosome is 47. Of course, obviously, when one X chromosome extra added, it becomes a number 47, right? So these males, they have tall and masculine stature with feminine characteristics. Okay? They'll have some feminine characteristics in their body. They have a development of breast. This development of breast is seen in the males. It's called gynecomastism. Okay, so the gynecomastism is seen under the Klinefelter syndrome. These males will be sterile. That means they cannot reproduce. They cannot make the new individuals. Okay? And they have small testicles, high-pitched voice. High-pitched voice is a condition which is seen in the female. Okay? And sparse body hair, which is a feminine characteristics. And they have mental retardation. So these are the different conditions of the Klinefelter syndrome. Here in the slide, you can see the picture. They have frontal baldness absent and poor beard growth, narrow shoulders, wide hips, long legs, small testicular size, female type pubic hair, and breast development and tendency to grow fewer chest hairs. So this is seen in the Klinefelter syndrome. They usually have low IQ, tall stature, poor masculine, and reduced secondary sexual characteristics. Gynecomastia is a main symptom. Next, small testes, and there is infertility. This is about the Klinefelter's syndrome. Now let's see the Turner syndrome, which is quite opposite to the Klinefelter's syndrome. In this, the basic defect is with the sex chromosomes, and in the genotype of these kind of female, there is no extra X. So female usually have XX, right? But in this condition, the person will be lacking one X chromosome and there is XO condition. So that means the number of chromosomes reduced to 45. So it is usually 1 in the 5,000 live births, and it is only viable monosomy in humans. In these conditions, the females are sterile. They cannot produce the babies, and they have short stature. Breast and ovaries are underdeveloped. Okay, thin and less pubic hair is seen. So in this condition, they cannot produce ovum properly. So that's why they cannot reproduce. Here in the picture, you can see she is actually a female. The suffering from Turner syndrome has male characteristics somehow. It means they do not have female characteristics completely. Okay. The next is the Down syndrome. It is not the allosomal chromosomal disorder. It is autosomal. See here, the defect is autosomes. It is present in the autosomes, where the genotype of 21st chromosome 21st pair of chromosome will have trisomy. That means one more chromosome is added in the 21st chromosome. Since there is addition of chromosome, the number of chromosomes will be 47. Okay, so it usually occurs 1 in 700 live births, and under this condition we can see certain symptoms like short stature with a small round head. Here in the picture you can see they look somehow abnormal, small stature, and they have furrowed tongue with a partially opened mouth. They have broad palm with palm crease. Okay, they are called as Mongolism or Mongolian idolatry. Okay, and next is susceptible. They are most susceptible to heart disease. That means they are vulnerable and they may get certain heart diseases and respiratory diseases. They have a relatively shorter lifespan, and physically, psychomotorly, and their mental development is almost retarded. You can see the pictures here. These are innocent kids who are suffered by the Down syndrome. So mainly you need to remember this, that it is an autosomal disorder, and 21st chromosome has got trisomy. That means one more addition of chromosome. See the karyotype of the Down syndrome. You can see this is the first pair, second pair, third pair, fourth pair, and in the 21st pair you can see there are 3 chromosomes. And the normally all have only 2 chromosomes, but only 21st chromosome pair has 3 chromosomes. One more chromosome is added, hence it became trisomy. Overall it became 47, which is an abnormal condition. Okay, let's discuss about another disease called Edward disease. Here the defect is autosomes. Just now the Down syndrome is also the same. In the Down syndrome, 21st chromosome has got trisomy, but here in the genotype of the Edward syndrome, 18th chromosome has got trisomy. And in this condition also, the number of chromosomes are 47. Okay, it is a very rare disease. 1 in 10,000 live births it usually happen. In this condition, you can see certain symptoms like multiple malformations like lower jaw, fingers, skull, face, and feet. These are all parts are abnormally formed. Okay? They do not look normal, and they have cardiac malformations. So their heart is also not formed properly. They cannot live actually for more than 3 to 4 months. So this is the Edwards syndrome. Here in the picture you can see the baby suffering by the Edwards syndrome. They have congenital heart defects. Congenital means during the birth, the time of the birth is called congenital. And they have growth retardation, dimorphic features, facial clefts are also seen, and the spine problems and severe mental developmental delay is also seen in Edwards syndrome. Okay, let's learn about the next Pachu syndrome. In this syndrome, the actual defect is again autosomes. Here the trisomy number is 13th. Okay, so the Edwards syndrome, the 18th chromosome is trisomy. In Down syndrome, 21st chromosome is trisomy, and under this disease only 13th chromosome is trisomy, and the same number of chromosomes is increased to 47. It usually happen 1 in 5,000 live births, and the symptoms are, that means the defects are rarely they live. Actually, they die just after taking birth. Rarely live for more than a few months. They have a sloping forehead, hair clip, and cleft palate. Cleft palate means the abnormal condition of the mouth lips. It's called cleft palate. They have serious defects in eyes, brain, and kidneys, or the circulatory system. They are usually mentally retarded. Here in the picture, you can see the abnormal child. They have a small head, absent eyebrows, and cleft palate. Diplastic or malformed ears also seen, and clenched hands and polydactyly or extra fingers are also seen in the disease. Let's see the next disease, which is cry-do-chat. The name itself says there is something related to the crying of the baby. It is the defect caused by deletion of small portion of fifth chromosome. There is a problem in fifth chromosome. It is not the addition or deletion of the chromosome, but uh, it is the part of the chromosome deleted condition. Okay, so fifth chromosome is a problem in this. Children with this disease have a small head with unusual facial features, and they have severe mental retardation and make a sound like a cat while crying. Okay, they make the sound like a cat, hence it is called cry-do-chat syndrome. Okay, let's learn further. Chronic myelogenous leukemia. First of all, you must know what is meant by leukemia. Leukemia means it is blood cancer. It is the blood cancer. Okay, leukemia means blood cancer, which is caused to the white blood cells, because leukocytes are the white blood cells. Why does it happen and what is the condition? See this. Chronic myeloid leukemia is caused by the rearrangement or the translocation of genetic material between chromosome number 9 and 22. So some part of the chromosome number 9 is exchanged to the chromosome number 22. So since the part of the chromosome is translocated from one particular chromosome to another particular chromosomes, the defects are found in the body. Okay, so see, the symptoms are fatigue or weakness is seen, such as shortness of breath while doing everyday exercises or activities. There will be certain fever, excessive sweating, and especially at night time is seen in this. There will be a weight loss, abdominal swelling or discomfort due to an enlarged spleen, feeling full when you have not eaten much, and itching is also seen, and there will be some bone pain. These are certain symptoms of the chronic myelogenous leukemia, which is the cancer. Here in the picture, you can see, if you observe under the microscope of the drop of the blood, you can see there are, this is a healthy condition. The upper side, whatever you can see, the healthy condition, and lower side, whatever you can see, is the abnormal condition where there are more number of WBC. The white colored one cells you are able to see are called as WBC. Their number is more than requirement. So it is called as leukemia. Okay. This is about the today's class. Let me repeat once again. Let me repeat all the disorders once again. See, there are certain diseases like Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, autosomal disorders like Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Hatcher syndrome, Cry-do-Chat syndrome, and chronic myelogenous leukemia disease. Okay, so see here, it is caused due to the Aneuploidy condition. There are two types of Aneuploidy condition, trisomy and monosomy, and it is due to the non-disjunction. I'm just repeating whatever is said. And under the non-disjunction, we have seen. Will be, sir, will be completed. Okay.
Okay.
So under the non-abnormal condition, due to the non-disjunction, chromosomes are divided abnormally. And these are the certain diseases we have already discussed. Okay, autosomal disorders, Klinefelter's, Turner's. Klinefelter syndrome is due to XXY. That means one more X is added. Under the Turner syndrome, we have seen one X is deleted. Only 45 chromosomes are there. In the Down syndrome, we have seen 21st chromosome got trisomy. The Edwards syndrome, we have seen 18th chromosome got trisomy. The Patchogue syndrome, we have seen another trisomic condition. Chat and chronic myelogenous diseases. And chat is because of the deletion of a part of the chromosome, whereas chronic myelogenous syndrome is because of the translocation, abnormal condition, that is a translocation of the chromosomes with the 9 and 22nd chromosome. Okay, dear students, hope you have understood. Thank you for listening the class. Sir, thank you. You can end the session. The class is completed. Excuse me, sir. Sir.